All right.
Okay, perfect. Hello and welcome to the Be a Better Boss podcast. I'm your host, Ian Highfield, and this podcast has one ambitious goal. We are transforming the world through transforming the workplace. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most critical and rewarding aspects of being a better boss, leadership. But I'm not talking about leadership in the traditional sense, titles, power, authority. I'm talking about true leadership. The ability to help those around you achieve more than they ever thought possible, personally and professionally. In this episode, we'll dive more into that definition and explain why traditional corporate leadership often fails to embody this. We'll also offer practical ways that we can redefine leadership so we can begin to be more authentic in our approach to this area. So let me reiterate my definition of leadership. Leadership is the ability to help those around you achieve more than they ever thought they could, both personally and professionally. Notice what's missing here. It's not about being the best employee. It's not about being the highest performer. It's not about being the most qualified person in the room. True, authentic leadership that is going to help employees be the best version of themselves and help your business perform to a higher level is about service, growth, and empowerment. So why does traditional corporate leadership fall short of this? Well, here's the hard truth. Traditional corporate leadership doesn't live up to this ideal because leadership is often distributed in the traditional corporate world as a reward for being a good employee. In many organizations, leadership roles are given to those who excel in their jobs. Star salespeople, top performing engineers, high achieving marketeers. But being a great employee doesn't necessarily mean you'll be a great leader. A good employee is often task focused, excelling in executing in their role. A great leader, on the other hand, is a people focused person who excels in developing others. The skills that make someone a top performer, attention to detail, independence, technical expertise, they do not always translate into the ability to inspire and empower positive change in a team. Traditional leadership often has an overemphasis on networking and certifications. So as well as being a reward for a good employee, leadership is often bestowed on individuals who are well connected, or individuals who hold the right certifications. In some cases, leadership roles are passed down within well-networked families or social circles. In other instances, individuals are promoted because they've checked the right educational or professional boxes. But true leadership is not a connection, it's not a credential. It's about action and impact. Some of the best leaders are people who don't fit the traditional mold, but have an innate ability to connect, inspire, and elevate those around them. Traditional corporate leadership often overlooks the non-traditional leader. Of course it does. Here's something to think about. A, in inverted commas, bad employee is someone who questions the status quo, challenges authority, maybe bends or doesn't follow certain rules. Might actually this person be a better leader than a status quo good employee? Because these kind of people are often critical thinkers, innovators, and advocates for change. Traditional corporate culture tends to overlook these individuals, but they could be exactly what's needed to inspire transformation and growth within a company. These patterns show why leadership is traditionally practiced in many organizations and why it often falls short of empowering employees. So, why does true leadership matter? Why does being focused on empowerment matter? Well, when leaders prioritize growth and the well-being of their team, amazing things can happen. Higher performance is one. Teams with empowering leaders are innovative and more productive. They are not afraid to make mistakes and they enjoy their work. An empowering leader creates greater engagement. Employees who feel supported, committed, and motivated will engage in their work to a higher level. This in turn will create higher performance. Personal and professional growth. Empowering leaders foster confidence, they foster resilience, and they help individuals build skills so they can become the best version of themselves inside the workplace and out. Leadership is not about maintaining control. It's about creating the conditions for people to thrive. So, let's talk about how you can redefine leadership in your organization and how you can embody this empowering approach. Take time to rethink who you promote to leadership roles. Instead of automatically promoting the top performer or well-connected individuals, look for people who have a genuine desire to help and support others. Look for people who display emotional intelligence and empathy. Look for people who are willing to change and challenge norms. Great leaders often think differently. Great leaders are not the ones who will climb the corporate ladder the fastest. They are the ones who will lift others up on this ladder along with them. As a leader, we can look to be more of a coach than an authority. This is a great way that you can break traditional norms within your company. As a leader, think of yourself as a coach. Your role is to help people see their potential and guide them towards it. Ask meaningful questions. Rather than ask, hey, why did we miss quarter three's numbers? Hey, how's revenue looking versus costs this month? Rather than ask those questions, ask your team members, what's one goal you've always wanted to achieve but felt unsure about? How can I help facilitate this? What skills or experiences would make you feel more fulfilled in your role? How can I help facilitate this? Challenge their limits. Encourage them to stretch themselves and stand outside of their comfort zone. If you do these things, moving away from traditional metrics and start to foster this approach, you'll be providing ongoing feedback. You don't have to wait for annual reviews. You don't have to wait for one-to-ones. You will be truly engaged with your employees and helping them on a daily basis. This builds trust and psychological safety. And guess what? People need to feel safe at work, to take risks, share ideas, make mistakes, and perform to their highest level. So you as a leader must know this, and you must be vulnerable yourself. Share your own challenges, share your own failures with the team. Normalize learning from mistakes and celebrate when lessons learned and behaviors are changed. Do not just celebrate outcome or revenue successes, and be consistent with this. If this is going to be your identity as a leader, be consistent with this messaging and your team will trust you. We previously spoke on podcast 4 about helping your team define their personal mission, personal vision, personal values. If you do engage in this as a leader, you can truly make an impact on your employees' life. Don't forget, identified in another podcast, the motivational pie chart. Use this to identify your team's motivators. Help employees connect to their personal growth and personal goals that align with the company mission. If someone values creativity, involve them in innovation. If someone's mission is to be a mentor, give them opportunities to lead training sessions. When people see how their personal growth aligns with a company's purpose, they're inspired to achieve more. They're connected to the company, and then they'll organically go above and beyond to drive performance rather than doing it out of fear of missing a target. I've spent some time consulting in businesses and watching how leaders engage with their employees. I have worked in a business in a consulting fashion where, let's say, one of the employees didn't fit the traditional mold. She questioned processes, she pushed boundaries, and she often clashed with authority. But instead of dismissing her, I tried to tap into her strengths and help her manager understand she's a critical thinker. She has passion for improvement. She has ability to connect with others. We just need to give her the space to lead and evolve. When she took on a new project at my recommendation and via this leader, she excelled. She inspired other colleagues to think differently. She went from being seen as a problem employee to a transformational leader. She just needed to be given the opportunity to spread her wings. This highlights the importance of looking beyond traditional leadership criteria to uncover true potential and true leadership. So here's what the research tells us. Transformational leadership theory. Leaders who inspire and develop their teams achieve better results than those who rely on transactional methods. As a manager, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO of a business, if you embody this, you will be a transformational leader and you will help other people do the same. Your business will thrive. Psychological safety. Teams that feel safe to take risks, teams that feel safe to innovate are more likely to collaborate and come up with solutions to what can be perceived as often complex problems. Risk-taking through psychological safety is extremely important if you want your business to thrive. My final thought, leadership isn't about being the best or the most qualified. It's about being the kind of person who helps others achieve more than they ever thought possible. If you want to shift your view of leadership and your behaviors as a leader, please rethink who you promote. Focus on coaching and empowerment. Build trust and psychological safety, and align people's personal vision, mission, and values with that of the organization. When you lead with purpose and commitment to serving others, you create the conditions for extraordinary growth and success. Not just for you as a business leader, not just for your team as employees, but for you as a person and your employees as people. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Be a Better Boss. Today we explored how true leadership goes beyond titles, traditions, and corporate norms. If you're ready to inspire and empower your team and redefine your view of leadership in your organization, then please contact me, reach out for more. You can find me at ianhighfield.com. You can find my socials on there, give them a follow. Please share this podcast with other like-minded, forward-thinking leaders, and keep an eye out for my upcoming book, The Administrative Athlete, Lessons from the Locker Room to the Boardroom. Let's lead with purpose. Let's elevate our teams. Let's create workplaces where people thrive. And let's redefine the world through redefining the workplace. Until next time, I'm Ian Highfield. Be a better boss.
Perfect.